Okay. Are we recording? I guess we are.
Is that what's happening right now?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, where were we before? We were talking about something.
You were talking about something.
I think that's my water, by the way.
Why can't I... Why is mine over there?
Zach, I don't know.
Fetch it. Fetch!
I'm done.
Why do I have a third one?
Stop. You have a problem.
Okay.
You got
I obviously have a water
You got
problem.
an aqua problem.
Okay, so what was the story you were talking about?
I don't even know. Oh no. I was talking about how I was gonna do Twist and Shout Down Main Street.
Okay. Yes.
And that turned into, apparently, a couple other people know this group of men that are a doo-wop group. All right, they literally sing doo-wop, like they perform it, and they want me to actually do it with them because I have a voice like that. It's the craziest thing. My life has no direction whatsoever. It's got no direction whatsoever. Joe, what do? You DJ, you decorate cakes, you make podcasts with your friend that you've known since you were like a fetus, and you like
Renaissance man.
It's literally it. It's the most ridiculous. I don't understand how this happened.
Don't worry, everybody's life is like that.
I guess so.
Well, I mean, I went to get a master's degree, right? And where am I now?
I was saying, did you actually get your master's?
I did. I just don't have the thing because I didn't go to the graduation ceremony.
You just weren't proud enough of yourself.
No, I was proud of myself.
See, you know what this is gonna turn into?
I forgot to go to my graduation.
No, you know what this is gonna turn into? This is gonna turn into Joe and Zach playing games, and it's gonna be the educated one and the dumb guy. That's literally gonna be it.
No, it's not.
Oh, I almost hope it is.
Let me use an educated word. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Stop, you Disney obsessed man.
How about existentialist?
That's not that.
Metaphysical.
I'm done. I can't.
Pragmaticist.
All right, now spell any of those.
I don't know how to spell anymore.
Perfect. All right, now I feel better. Good.
Well, basically when I went to start writing for the blog, I had to learn how to not write like an academic.
Yeah, I'm gonna say because I read some of your early stuff.
The early stuff
and
reads like wow.
I enjoyed it because I got it, but I'm looking at it and I'm just like, this stuff is kind of heavy.
It's very.
This
technical.
is not user friendly.
No,
that's basically what it was.
Nothing in academia is user friendly. You have a bunch of people who are in very separate fields and they're talking about very specific things, and they use this like vernacular that not everybody knows.
Yeah.
So
you literally had to dumb down your writing?
It's not dumbing down. It's just getting used to creative writing.
Right.
Like creative writing is different than academic writing.
Well, yeah.
Because when I was thinking of like my thesis, right, I'm going, okay, here's the thought. What is the source for X thought? Because I don't want to plagiarize anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
So basically, you're writing the whole thing and you're going, is this the right word? And then you go, oh, should I put a footnote here? It really kind of stifles the process of writing a thing.
That sounds horrible, and I do not envy you.
Yeah, it is like step by step. You have to make sure your argument is solid and precise. Yeah.
Wow, I could. Yeah, no, thank you.
No, that's why my writing now sounds like much livelier.
It's definitely got a little bit more flair to it. Like I don't know. I've enjoyed some of the articles that I've read. I can't remember any of them off the top of my head, of course. Because that would show you you read something, right? Would show, well, I mean, I read like the Dishonored Play Like Jesus one, and
I didn't write that.
I know you didn't write that one, but like I read that the other day, and I read like what was it?
I like college writing style. It's different.
Yeah,
significantly so.
I read, what was it, the Final Fantasy VIII thing that you posted?
Did I write something about 8?
I don't think you wrote it, but you posted it.
There was one about
like
kind of like comparing it to the story of Joshua in the Bible. And then there was another one about like depression.
Yeah.
That was Yan Wang.
Oh, okay.
Singapore man. Yes.
Oh, okay, cool. I'm gonna have to meet him someday.
I have never met him, so maybe I will.
No, maybe you have to. And I remember reading the Mega Man X one, the Zero one. That
yeah.
That was early.
Mega Man Masochism.
Yeah, that was early.
Yeah.
And I think that was the first one that I read, and that was when I had that thought in my head. It was literally just like, it's good, it's intelligent, but it's really hard.
Over the top.
It's too much.
When I quote Wolfhart Pannenberg, the Final Fantasy Tactics thing,
that's
it's like,
no.
No one should be.
No one's gonna get that reference. You know what I mean?
But if the thought is good enough, I think it's okay.
No,
right?
I completely
Yeah.
agree, but it's one of those things, like, if you do make some form of reference, you really need to make it something that somebody is, at least, like,
Can get.
1% of the people reading it will recognize.
Yeah, well, I'm also a person that doesn't like indie games very much. So.
I see. Ooh, you're missing out.
I'm not missing out.
I know you are.
I just don't like the feel.
What do you mean the game? The game feel. Some of the game feel is amazing.
Okay, I played Hotline Miami recently, right?
I don't even know what that is.
It's do you know that game with the guy with the mask?
Did you really just start out explaining something to me by saying, "Do you know that game with the guy?"
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, okay. Well,
ladies and gentlemen, this is why I'm here.
The game has like an aesthetic like Drive.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. No, okay.
Yeah, you run around, you kill people. Basically, that's it. Mysterious phone calls come in.
Oh, no.
They go, "You need to kill these people up this street," or it says, "I need a babysitter at 53rd Street." Right? You go over there, you just murder everyone.
Oh.
Yeah, it's basically a serial killer game.
All right.
Yeah, but it has horrible, horrible game feel.
Oh.
Like, okay, think of it. It's like a top-down perspective.
Kind of like GTA. Like the original.
Like the original GTA,
Okay.
or like Retro City Rampage.
Okay.
You walk around and you basically kill people, right?
Right.
You want to use melee weapons, because if you use guns, the other guards will hear you and they'll come and shoot you.
Okay.
But the enemies have an inconsistent AI, for one.
Oh, there's
right?
nothing worse than that.
You know, you go up, right? You're gonna club the guy in the face with a baseball bat. He turns around like he has like telekinesis or something, or some ability. He turns around, he goes woof, and then he smacks you with a crowbar and you die.
Okay, well,
because this is a one-hit kill game.
All right, but hold on, but that actually, to me, like, inconsistent AI is one thing. Like, when you have, like, you know, AI where sometimes they're just going to be running into walls because they're just...
Oh, that happened too.
Well, you see, but, like, let's say, instead of, you know, it being like, okay, well, they're glitchy and horrible and stuff like that, but, you know, I think that having AI that is on different levels of intelligence, you know what I mean,
is fine.
Is a good thing.
Yeah.
Because in like in any real life situation, you're not going to run into, like, you know, a group of people that all have the same mentality, that will all be doing the same thing every single time, because that's what they're programmed to do. It kind of adds a little bit of humanity to it.
It can, but in this game, they are not human.
Oh, okay.
For sure. Like, okay, you'll walk into a room, right? The guard will heal you sometimes, right?
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, you run up to him, you smack him in the face or whatever.
Yeah.
But sometimes you open the door, he'll turn around, shoot a machine gun at you, and you die.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fine.
Immediately. And
I
there's
can see
like
where that'd be
there's
problematic.
elements of randomness. Like, I mean, it's kind of like a puzzle game, right?
Right.
Because you're trying to remain stealthy as long as possible.
Okay.
And do it as fast as possible for score. But, like, when the game suddenly decides that, oh, this guard will act differently now.
All right. No, I get it.
And then it's like, oh, why is that guard there? I'm dead, right?
Oh, it's kind of like, I remember, like, going way back, playing Rogue Spear. Tom Clancy.
Oh.
Back when those games
games.
Dude, but, like, I remember, dude, those games where it was literally just memorizing the level. Like,
yeah,
you'd go
you had
in,
to.
you'd turn the corner, you'd die. Okay, well, next time I don't turn that corner. Like, you did rinse and repeat for 4 to 5 hours. But, of course, like I said, I don't know, these days, I just don't have that patience anymore.
I'm good for memorizing, right? But I'm not good for when I'm memorizing and then everything just completely changes.
Yeah, no, because, I mean, that's just poor design. I mean, because...
Oh, and furthermore, right, you target with the mouse cursor.
Oh.
So there's a little mouse cursor, right, that shows where you're aiming your stuff, including melee weapons.
Oh, that's kind of annoying.
So if you aren't, like, spot on with your aiming when you throw an object or you shoot a guy, you will miss. Even with a shotgun.
So this is why you don't like indie games.
This is why I don't like this specific one.
Okay, because...
I could tell you why I don't like other indie games.
Well, I mean, because I'm trying to think of, like, you know, like, some that you just you can't not enjoy. I mean, again, anything made by that game company is incredible.
Like Flow,
Flower, Journey.
I have played Flow because I got it for free. I was not very enamored with it.
It's one of those games that you just kind of let yourself go with it. It's very relaxing.
It's a mood game.
It's a very relaxing game. But Flower is the same exact thing. It's very relaxing. It's very visually pleasing.
Yeah,
Journey,
it's like a flight sim almost.
Almost. Journey, though, like, is an experience. That's all...
everyone keeps telling me that, right?
All right, well,
is it a game or
no,
is it an experience?
No, it is a game. There is a goal.
There is a goal,
like,
and something you do.
Yeah, exactly. There are collectibles. You know what I mean? Like, there are things that you want to get. There are puzzles you need to solve, and there's a goal at the end of it.
Is it random?
What?
Is it random, or is it
What do you mean?
like is there randomized elements, or is this kind of a
It's
linear thing?
it's pretty scripted. There are areas though that are just so incredibly vast that you'll never find everything on like one playthrough. You'll never do it.
Alright.
There are like branching paths and stuff like that, and
And the thing with the jumping and the scarf.
well, yeah, well that in itself is great, and because it just feels right. You know what I mean? It just feels good. It's got a lot of almost like I know it's gonna sound ridiculous. It's almost like a gentle roller coaster, just because of the way you're walking. No, but like the way
I know
you're
what you
walking
mean.
up and down the dunes, because like you find yourself like you're trudging up this dune for God knows how long, and then you get to the top, and suddenly you're just doing like this like surfing motion down it. So it feels like like
a
it's
gentle roller coaster.
Yeah, that's the best way to put it. But I also love it because in a game where you cannot die. Like, you cannot die in this game. Hold on.
I know. The death thing.
Well, no.
I'll talk about you go
Oh,
first.
no, but no,
we'll
it's a
talk
game
about
that you can't die. But I find it interesting that there are points in the game, even though you cannot die, there are points in the game that are genuinely scary. Like, you really are afraid.
Survival horror scary, or
Almost, yeah, actually. Like,
I can barely play any of those, so
like it's not like it's not like jump scare scary, but it's like it's tense.
a sense of foreboding.
Very much so. And the sound plays a whole lot into it. Like, it really, like, the sound direction was mind-blowing. Just the literally the
Yeah, it was
opening,
nominated for a Grammy, right?
and it should get it because what is his name?
It's Austin Wintory.
Austin Wintry.
Yeah.
Wintry.
I have his horn soundtrack.
He is brilliant because, and it's one of those things where just the opening shot, really just the opening shot where it just shows you the title of the game visually and from sound perspective. Incredible.
Okay, that's not very descriptive.
It's one of those
That's
things.
why you're saying it's an experience.
Well, that's just it, because I can't convey this to you in a way that you will understand, because it's not just the way the game plays and the way the game feels and how much fun you're having, but it's also, you have to look at it from the standpoint of how is this going to affect you emotionally.
Yeah.
Because that's, like I said, I mean, it's a game where I've played it, I've beaten it like 15, 16 times, and every single time I feel differently.
Well, this must be short.
It's first playthrough is about 2 hours.
That's short.
It's not you're not paying for length when you pay for these
Yeah.
games. But it's also one of those things, and that you're gonna play through a lot. But the other reason that it's gonna keep you coming back is because of the multiplayer aspect, which I'm sure you've heard about.
The people drop in.
Well,
that
it's
kind of
not
thing.
just that though, because if it was just people drop in, it would be okay, whatever, people just drop in. But what it does is it'll seamlessly link you up with another player at the same point of the game you're at. All right. There's no way to identify them. There's no, name tags. There's no gamer tags. There's nothing like that. There's no chat box. All right. So it's just you run into them. And the only form of communication is you hit circle, and you will do these little, it's almost like a little chirp, like a little chime sound that your character makes. And it is surprisingly a really great method of communication, because it takes all of, it takes everything. I'm trying to think of the best way to put it. Any preconceived notions you have about the person are gone, because you have no way of seeing, it's not like you can even make a judgment on their gamer tag. You know what I mean? You are both literally just two wanderers on the same journey, and if you want to stick together, you can, but at no point does the game say you have to. You know what I mean? Like, you guys could completely ignore each other.
So I could run away.
I've done it before. Like, I've just run. I wanted to go it alone. And the other cool thing that I think is neat is every playthrough, the pattern on your cloak will become a little bit more intricate. So when you run into somebody who's got this really beautiful intricate cloak, you know that they've been around for a while, and you know that they've done this stuff and they know what they're doing
over and over again.
But that's it. So it's neat when you are on your first playthrough because you run into this guy and you're like, oh man, like this guy knows what he's doing. I'm gonna follow him. You know what I mean? Like you get this kind of like he is my guide mentality.
Do they try to kill you sometimes?
They can't.
Well, I mean, making you jump somewhere that's incorrect.
Well, actually, it was
you can't die.
No, it was actually it was pretty funny actually. My second playthrough, which was the first one I actually played online. I knew kind of what was going on, but like there's again you're gonna run into stuff that you haven't seen, and there's one point where you're on this like rocky cliff, like mountainside, and like the wind's blowing really really hard, and it's very very down, and like it's very depressing, and this guy was helping me out, and the way the game is played where you like the wind will pick up and you have to find cover so you don't get blown blown aside. And so what we would do is we'd both be hiding behind cover, and he'd just do this like one little quick chirp to let me know like, all right, go now, like, and so we'd be go, and like we got really really far, and then he does the chirp to go, and I didn't follow right when he said it, and I ended up getting blown back, and I see him turn around, see me getting blown back off of the cliff, and instead of leaving me, he runs back and jumps off the cliff with me just so I wouldn't be alone. Like, but dude, like that's incredible.
That's bizarre.
It's awesome. Like it really is awesome, and it's one of those things where you can be so happy because like the game actually gets easier if you're playing with somebody else. Like just the way it's hard to explain, but
because you can't die. There's no failure.
Well, there's no failure, but there is consequence.
Okay.
All right. Like at no point are you going to get a game over, but you will have stuff happen to you that you're going to be like, oh no, like this has set me back. And but like the thing I love about it too is like that playthrough with that one guy, at the end of it, really really happy, really really pumped, and like I was genuinely like I was really happy to have met him, and
but you'll never find him again.
One thing I will say that I like is at the end of the game though, they'll give you a list of the players you've met. So if you want to message them, you can.
Oh.
Which I think is cool because they don't.
Okay, that's
the end of
cool.
The game. But I remember there was one time I was playing and I was in that guide mode. You know what I mean? Because I'd played it through it, and ran into a guy and I was helping him out, and everything was going really really great. And we get to the end where it's this really big like crescendo, like it's this beautiful piece, everything is happy, you can tell that you're getting to the end and it's a good thing, but it's a very big open area, there's no limitations, nothing like that. So we're both in there starting out, we're both together, and we get separated, and I get to the end of the game, like right like the last few steps of the game, and I turn around and he wasn't there and I couldn't find him, and I waited for like 20 minutes. Literally, because I just wanted to.
This is so weird,
dude. You have to see it. You have to try it out. It's one of those things like it's like never watching an amazing movie that everyone's seen. You know what I mean? Like it's like never having seen Star Wars.
Yeah, well, people say it's good, so we'll find out. I'll have to buy this.
Zach, I will tell you right now, if you do not enjoy this game, I will literally give you the money you back that you paid out for it. That's how confident I am.
That's a lot of confidence.
It's
you know me. I'm into like game mechanics and getting game overs and horribly failing at everything.
Zach, I'm just saying. That's all there is to it.
All right. Well, it's just I think most indie games don't have a very good feel to them.
Most don't.
Like I'll say Super Meat Boy. I don't think it has very good.
I have never
feel.
played it. I've never played it.
I just find it floaty and weird, and Cave Story. I played that. I don't like that either.
What about a game like Limbo?
Limbo. I haven't played it. I own it.
Okay. Well, what about a game like Braid?
I've not played it, but I also own that. I've gotten a lot of these through,
I love that
I
love that you're like making these broad assumptions about indie games after having played the crappiest ones.
I played Braid on Xbox 360.
Okay.
A little bit, and I don't know. I just don't get it.
Zach.
I don't get it. I see why people like them, but I feel like they're looking at it from a different perspective than me.
Well,
because what I'm going is, okay, how is this compared to, let's say, Super Mario Brothers, right?
Well, you can't.
And you feel, or let's say even Sonic the Hedgehog. and you feel the physics, and it's like, oh my god, these people spent just untold man hours trying to figure out how these people move and how fast they move, right? There's a feel to like Super Mario Brothers physics that you can't really replicate in another game.
No.
And like, let's say Super Mario 64, I played through the whole thing in 3 or 4 days, like a couple months ago. It was amazing. I couldn't believe how good the controls are. You play Super Mario Galaxy, right? And then you go, wow, this does not feel the same.
Well,
there's not the same sense of control.
It doesn't. I'll agree with you there. I think when it comes to any of the 3D Marios, I really, and you're gonna probably hate me for this, I really think that I think that Sunshine probably had the best physical feel of any of the games.
I will agree with you.
That was unexpected.
Yeah, well, I actually like Super Mario Sunshine.
Well, I thought it was great.
I think it got a bad rap for being a sequel.
See, what happened was, this happens to every single Mario game.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm gonna say. People are like, we want Mario 3. Mario 3 was great. Mario 3 was great. Let's do Mario 3. So then they redo Mario 3 basically, and then people say, well, there's nothing new. Like, it's a constant. It never ends.
You just got the same game.
Well, that's just it.
It's slightly better.
And then when they try to do something out of the box, like Sunshine, they get flack for it.
Yeah, I mean the island theme was a little samey sometimes.
I didn't bother.
But I think it was like a more challenging version of 64.
It was really hard.
Yeah, some of those jumps are just awful.
It was really difficult.
And did they have those throwback sequences where you just platforms floating in space?
No, that was
or is that
was Galaxy.
Okay, that's Galaxy. Yeah, but same principle applies.
Yeah,
Galaxy's pretty easy.
Galaxy's not that hard.
But Sunshine is pretty difficult.
It's a lot harder
Yeah.
than people give it
I
credit
like
for.
Sunshine.
I thought it was great.
Yeah.
Trying to think of another game, indie-ish game that you should play.
Well, Hotline Miami, I've played a lot of that. And died a lot.
I love that you pick the one crappy one to sink your eyes
No,
into.
you kidding? Go on Metacritic. 85. Hotline Miami. Everyone's saying it's the best game ever or something, and that it gives you a commentary on video game violence and how you should feel bad about killing people in a game or something.
Interesting.
Seriously. Go look at it.
We should play Slender.
Slender. Oh god, no! No!
Dude, I've conquered my fear of Slender. I used to be terrified of him.
I don't like the Slender Man.
Dude,
I watched the videos.
Dude, oh man.
It's awful.
Oh wait, you watched Marble Hornets?
What? I watched that PewDiePie guy.
Oh no. Oh no. I hate him. Well no, I'm sorry, Pewdie, if you're listening to this ever. I don't hate you.
I don't hate him. I just
he
I watched the one video and I was like,
no. All right, see, number one, you watched the worst one. Number two, honestly, this game and it is scary. And I actually thought about asking you if we should do like a let's play on it and about like
I can't even play Fear. I mean, I can barely play games with jump scares of any kind.
Oh, see, cause
doesn't matter what genre.
See, well, I was thinking about it because, using it as a genuine way to do a segue in, how the Bible tells us, how to deal with fear. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because, oh man, dude, that game it's one of those things where, I got over it because, the first time I tried to play it, dude, it was bad.
It's impossible.
Well, no, because
once you get that first note, it's just.
Well, dude, it's the sound. It's not even the game itself, and even the character model isn't scary looking. He's wrong. You know what I mean? That's all there is to it. He's wrong.
He's a manufactured urban legend.
Dude.
But he's a very convincing one.
Oh, I will say honestly, for 2 to 3 weeks after playing that game, and really, I really got into the whole Slenderman mythos. There's a YouTube video called Marble Hornets, and basically it's actually really, really well done. It's a story about a amateur filmmaker who was recording and stuff like that, and he it's just all these videotapes that his friend he went missing, and his friend found all of these videotapes, and he started wondering well, why did you go missing and everything like that. So he starts going through the videotapes, and most of them are just just them trying to record stuff, and then just trying to make their video and stuff like that. But every once in a while you'll see the video kind of just something will be wrong in it, you know what I mean? The sound will cut out, or it'll start hearing noises that just don't make any sense and stuff like that. And at I want to say the 4th or 5th video, it's just the film student walking through his house with the video camera, and he hears something outside, and he goes outside and he looks, and he catches just like the briefest glimpse of the Slender Man on video. And ever since then, it's like the story of him being stalked by this creature and his descent into madness because he's being stalked by a creature he does not understand.
Yeah, it's the fear of the unknown.
Dude, it's really compelling, though.
There's a Game Church article, actually, about this.
About Slender?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's about the fear of the unknown.
Dude, it's...
things we don't know.
Oh.
That is what the whole thing is.
See, like,
I think Steve Sakow wrote it. It's very good.
I've stopped playing video games.
Also, go read Game Church.
Yeah, Game Church, plug it.
Read Game
plug
Church.
It.
GameChurch.com.
If this turns into a video of any sort, we're going to have it on the bottom. We're going to have it right on the bottom of the screen. But, Game Church. So, no, but, like, I've kind of stopped playing games for the the fun in the game overs and the getting lives and everything like that. Like,
oh, I see.
I've like all
the experiential
I'm all
gamer.
About, like I'm all about that.
I am not.
Oh, see, I mean,
we are from different opposite
and
poles
this
here.
is why we get along. But like it's just what I enjoy. I want to have an experience when I play a game. You know what I mean? Like. Yeah. I want it to affect me in some emotional manner, or it's just not, to me, it's just fluff. You know what I mean?
I would like it to challenge me in some manner, and if it doesn't, I feel like I'm missing something.
See,
so think about it like this, right? Let's say you play BioShock,
okay,
for example, right?
Right.
The Vita chambers make
all
base, yeah. They basically make the game
game
like, I mean, you could turn them off, right?
Yeah,
but they're there.
Yeah,
they're in the game, right?
Yeah.
So there's no tension.
There's none.
Yeah, but let's say BioShock, you turn off Vita chambers, you put it on the hardest difficulty
there you
setting,
go.
right?
There's tension.
But the difficulty setting
mm-hmm.
gives you added tension. Not only do you need to learn how to survive
right.
in that world, but you need all the tools and skills and all the different game mechanics that they present to you in order to solve that particular challenge. So what happens is that by having a difficult experience, you're actually being immersed in the world more so than you would be if you're just plowing through everything.
See, all right, I will agree with you there because the same thing happened to me in Half-Life 2. Half-Life 2 affected me in the same way. Like, I felt totally immersed in that world.
Yeah, it's amazing.
You know, and
I like
the silent
Half-Life.
Protagonist also helps. The fact that you don't,
some people don't like the silent protagonist, though.
It depends on how, honestly, it depends on how the other characters are written.
Chrono Trigger.
But going back to the Half-Life, like I said, it depends on how the dialogue is written from the other characters. Because if you can, and they did it perfectly in Half-Life 2, if you can make the player believe that like you are the one being talked to,
yeah,
like
it makes sense.
Like you're not it's not like Zelda, like when you're playing as Link, because you feel like okay, they're talking to Link, you know what I mean? But with Gordon Freeman, it feels like I am the one they're talking to.
Yeah. And I didn't even play the first one, and I just plowed through the whole game.
Oh, dude, it was great. Like it was a really fun experience.
Yeah, but it's a one-time thing. You're never gonna play it again.
Ooh, I'll argue that.
I don't think I'm ever gonna play it again.
All right, well, you and I are completely different gamers, apparently.
Well, I played Portal more than once.
I love Portal.
Portal is good.
Portal was so well done.
But right, I'm never gonna play Half-Life 2 again, probably.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed the time.
Did
that
you play
I did
the episodes?
I played like half of the first one. I don't know. It didn't really. Have
I will
the same,
say for
doesn't have the same feel.
The first one, no. Second one, though,
is good from what I hear.
Oh man, like.
And then they're like, okay, we're never gonna make any more Half-Life ever again.
Newell can't count to 3. Internet meme. Yes, we all joined that bandwagon, but I'm saying, how long have you been recording? Like.
It looks like about a half hour.
I'd say that's a good drop-off point for now.
Yeah.
Just because half hour, that's going to be us re-listening to ourselves for a
all
half
right.
hour.
Signing off.
Yeah.
Whoosh.
Yeah, whoosh.
All that kind of thing. With a wave of the hand, I am gone.
Swish.